Physical games? Who needs physical games? Get out of here, Cyberpunk. Tomb Raider? Bye. Batman? Oh, please. You don't need them when you can have this. The Xbox Series S. Just like you can have our sponsor. Sponsor of today's video is Plain White Envelopes. Do you have that family member who still lives in the 1990s that doesn't use email? Use a plain white envelope to get a message to them. Are you in trouble with the law and need to send legal documents to your lawyer? Use a plain white envelope. Do you just like your post office and the postal workers that work there and you want to have them keep their jobs? Use a plain white envelope. Thank you, Plain White Envelopes, for sponsoring this video. Now, I am an old school gamer. I am on record on this channel saying how much I love physical copies. And you can see a bunch of them behind me. I have an Xbox One, the original Fat Edition, attached to these screens so I can stream. I have just said how much I am distrusting of digital copies. I even did a video on the Series S back when about a year after I got it, saying I was unsure that I should have even bought it. Well, times have changed, and I cannot highly recommend enough getting the Series S for most people. So let's just get it right out of the way. The negatives of the Series S: it's underpowered compared to the Series X. It has less disk space. In the future, it might not run supposedly the AAA games. Those are three things that might deter you from buying it. But here's why I think you should. The next console, the next generation, is not going to be one with discs. It's just not. It's going all digital. We can see Xbox move to all digital already with the Xbox Game Pass. Now, when I did use the Game Pass during the pandemic, because I had lots of time to play various games, it was such a great deal, and right now it's still a great deal. But that's what's, Microsoft Xbox's push is we're going digital. We're trying to buy up these companies so we have a backlog of, games to play. And you think that might be a little bit more sinister, but right now they're kind of looking like the good guys. They're doing it right. My big hesitance about going digital is the example of Nintendo. I don't know how many times I've bought things for the Wii, the 3DS, the DS, just all these digital games, and that I no longer have access to a lot of them. And it makes old school gamers like me really fight to keep discs and cartridges. And retro gaming, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of just emulating. I do like actually having the physical copy. And if physical copies have the full game, I'll get that. But Xbox is actually doing it right now. I can't promise for the future, and I have a lot of arguments that I'm sure if there are actually comments in these videos, I will see them. But Xbox Game Pass is a great deal. Second reason I think you should buy it. So when I first did my first video, I was only looking at it as a gaming console, but it's become a whole media center for me. I stream everything through the Xbox to my large TV if I'm not streaming myself. Frankly, it's replaced a Chromecast, it's replaced, Alexa, the tablet that I use, even an Apple TV. All these things to get various shows I would want to watch that only ran on certain, devices. The Series S has taken care of it. And it links to everything. It links to my phone, it links to my computer. If there's something that, I want on the TV from my computer that I've downloaded, boom, I can just link it. I'll play over there. So it is a great media center, and you don't need the full Xbox Series X for it to be that media center. And yes, the Series X is going to do the same thing, but if you're, say, a parent with a child, an elementary school kid, a preteen, a teenager that's casually games, I would pick this up because it is only $249 compared to the Series X. It's a great gateway console right now, and leading into the next generation. Now about the storage. So new games need the optimized faster storage, and this is where many people would take issue with the Series S, the 512 gigabytes. When you have games that are over 100 gigabytes in size, yeah, that's really tough. That's really tough on the SSD. And the way I've gotten around it is, for the older games, I bought an external 4 terabyte, sorry, 4 terabyte drive, and that takes up all the older games. I don't put any on the internal SSD for the Series S. That is very helpful. And here's the weird thing. I don't data hoard when it comes to my consoles. These computers back here, they have tons of drives. I data hoard on that. But when it comes to my consoles, it's pretty lean. So I don't really have a game that I'm not playing on the console right now, which is, makes it a little easier. But like I said, this isn't really for the hardcore gamer. It's really to get people into the Xbox environment, which, again, as of right now, is a very good environment. And they have been the most consistent. To prove my point, I fired up my Xbox 360. I was still able to access the servers for the games, which most systems do not do. PlayStation shut down the PlayStation Network. My PSP is useless without the physical game. Whereas the Xbox, yeah, every Xbox you can buy, pretty much, you don't need the physical game. You can download them, for the most part. There are some games that haven't been ported over, but hey, it's a lot better than everyone else. Finally, the cost. $249 is a great deal for a new generation console. And if your child or you want to get more serious about gaming, well, waiting a few years and working your way through them on this, digitally, you can download your games onto any Xbox device if you have the digital copy. And that's amazing. Every digital copy is running through all my systems. So you don't have to worry about losing your game data. And $250 can buy you a few years that, they're probably going to be upgrading this. If not, moving on to the next generation, which, like I said, is going to be all digital. It's going to be all digital. They're not going to make physical discs anymore. Physical discs are obsolete. Most physical discs are just an install file, and then they download all the information off the internet. So when it comes to newer games, you don't really need this anymore. You don't. And frankly, I have these because I do have an Xbox One. So that's why I think you should buy the Series S. Price, entry level into next generation, gaming, media center, attached to all of your, devices. It's a really solid pickup, especially if you can get a deal on it. And now that it isn't pandemic times, you can get some pretty good deals. It might be $249.99 with a $50 gift card. So, something to check out. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. Thank you for watching to the end. If you liked it, hit like, subscribe, and get notifications. And as always, you're an awesome person for watching till the end. Thanks, everyone. Bye.